why. I know that this woman right here, what is your first name? Mona. Mona, I won't come close to trying to persuade Mona. Mona has really thought through what her beliefs are, and she believes very strongly in them. And I respect her, whom I never even knew her name until the second, and for her to hold her own. It's not my job to try to change Mona. Is change possible? Definitely. I mean, look at Goldwater, completely turned as soon as he found out his grandson was queer. You know, and all of a sudden he was like totally okay about gay rights. I mean, people change all the time, but could I have shoved that at Goldwater? I mean, you know, it's about time I probably used something more current than Goldwater, but in any case, I mean...
I would take change.
Yeah. But yeah, oh yeah, I mean, they're just baskets of deplorables out there that I could spend the evening with and in my dreams try to change. What a waste of my time. You were talking about this before. I mean, I tried that with my family all my life.
Yep.
Trump was it. That was it. It was like, I am finished trying to change you. If you can't see what's wrong here, we got nothing to talk about. So,
I mean, it's just
yeah.
What was the point of the movie? I mean,
the point is not to change other people. There was nothing in there where she was trying to change them.
Xavier?
The thing is, though, you and I move pretty safely through the world, right? We're college-educated white women.
Yeah.
I'm not visibly queer, right? But there are people who don't move safely through the world. And so we have a duty, as long as we have breath, to make the world safer for those people. And knowing that our conservative neighbors, I live in a pretty conservative area, I live in Philida, that they look at me differently than they look at the family who just moved in because, hey, they're, you know, Foursquare in North Portland just sold for $700,000, why don't I move to the suburb, right? That they look at me differently, and so I have a duty to make their children safe. Because as much as I love my 6-year-old brother, he is no more worthy of life than Tamir Russell.
So you're following up on what I said, why are we trying to change other people?
We have a duty to make the world safer for others.
Right, and the way I try to do that, because that's all, is not talking to them. I try to do that old-fashioned thing about just living, you know, did you say you were a teacher? Well,
no.
Anyway, I've been a teacher, among other things, there are other teachers here, is by modeling the behavior, you know, anyone who's able to talk someone into being kind, I'd just love to hear the story later.
Yeah, I kind of have a question. Well, to follow up what she's saying is that as a person who obviously has privilege and we walk through the world safely, I had a great conversation with a black man today about this complete topic, whereas like he's obviously angry, and I think that we do have a duty. And I think that because of who I am, I hold power. And I think there is a way for me to instill my ideas in a compassionate way, to call people in and bring it, and I should never stop trying. I think that we do owe some people, to our brothers and sisters, we do owe that intolerance to some things. So like, I'm gonna say no to this, and because I'm a white person, and because I have privilege, my no is going to sound a lot louder than someone else's no, than a person of color's no.
Yes, sir.
So,
Sorry.
the other side of things, other people may feel that rather than being our responsibility to make things safer for everybody, is that you got to earn it. I mean, you got to work for it. You have to, you know, it's on you to make your life better, rather than it's on somebody else to make your life better. So that's
sounds so Republican.
Well, that's the other side of the view. Yep. I mean, that's the other side. And we have to accept
You
that.
guys are the perfect divide.
No, we're not.
No, I mean, those two philosophies are the threads that we're
We've
splitting.
tabled together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not necessarily my philosophy.
No, I understand.
But
I'm
it
saying-
exists, and we have to understand. To a lot of people, there's validity to that, and there is some validity to that. So crossing that divide and understanding that these two views exist, and how do we work together with them? Because they can work together. They don't have to be mutually exclusive events. There's commonality in between those two. So I think that's the challenge, and that's how continuing discussions can help, is by understanding that.
So I have two things to respond to that. I agree that it's our responsibility to protect the people in our communities, and I think that goes beyond conversations. It can't just be conversations. And if we're only having conversations and not engaged with community and not engaged in action, we're not going to change hearts and we're not going to change minds. The other piece of it is that we've got to be able to pick your battles, as it were. We're going to be able to have productive conversations with many people. We're not going to be able to have productive conversations with some people. And so rather than waste our energy with people who are diametrically opposed to us and that they're never going to change us and we're never going to change them, we should have constructive conversations where maybe we disagree about things, but we can respect each other enough to listen and have an open heart and an open mind enough to be able to understand the world from that other person's perspective. And I think that you were talking about modeling behavior. If we can model to a person that disagrees with us that this is what tolerance really looks like, it's about understanding and accepting and listening and caring, then maybe we can reach their mind and their heart that